It's opening morning, 2024 turkey. It's a little chilly, and I bumped one off the roost this morning when I walked in. Not where I was going to hunt, so I wasn't too worried about it, but unfortunately crept in nice and quiet and didn't end up bumping one off the roost right where I was hunting, so that sucks, but not a single gobble yet. It's quiet. Heard a couple of gunshots, but yeah, no gobbles. Well, that was fun. About 8 o'clock, I thought I heard a hen behind me. So I kept watching behind me, and then on the hillside, should have been sitting in our tri-ridge stand this morning. But a bunch of hens came out. Really nice tom was strutting. And then I think like 2 or 3 jakes joined them. And then I did end up seeing another nice tom as well. They kind of hung on this opposite hillside, weren't responding to calls. Of course, they're all henned up, so one hen probably got about 40 yards away. She seen me, but they hung around for about an hour, and then headed back off past the tri-ridge stand again. So they're here. That was fun. So I moved over to where they were, because they were feeding on this hillside right down here, and then kind of moved off that way. I was able to hopefully, I think, sneak in, and I'm just kind of hoping that if they're comfortable, maybe they'll just come back, keep milling in this area. You never know. Where I was set up before, I could see a long ways one direction, but where these turkeys are, they would be sneaking up from behind me if they came back. So this way, at least, I can keep an eye on where I think they might come from, since I know where they are. About 10 o'clock, I had one gobble that direction, another one gobble that direction. And I heard a hen call. Honestly, I could have swore it was a hunter. It sounded real shitty, but I popped over the hill, and there was 2 hens. I didn't see the tom though, so. This morning, we had some gobbling real close to this bird, probably less than 100 yards away. I think he was gobbling yet when he got down, but then we heard a hen fly down over there, and the last gobble we heard, he was really close. But makes me wonder if he met up with that hen. So there's been a lot of gobbling around us. Just recently we had one real close this way, so a little more action this morning as far as vocal. So son joined me yesterday afternoon, and it was a pretty quiet night last night. We did see a few deer come through. This morning we had a lot of gobbling, one real close. Thought he was coming in, and But yeah, then it went quiet. We did hear a bunch of gobbling further to the west, so he's done for the day. I had to drop him off, and I'm gonna head back out and see what we can scrounge up this afternoon. Well, it's close to opening weekend. I had a hen sneak up on me. Heard her just over the ledge, and I kind of popped up, and she spooked a little bit, but later she ended up on this hillside by me feeding for a while. Then she actually came right at the draw, about 30 yards. And then, yeah, about 20 minutes ago, I look up on that hillside where she was at, and there was a nice tom. I thought for sure he was gonna come down this way, and I glassed him, and he just kind of turned and walked away. So now it's gonna have to be some after work hunts and see if we can get it done. Gotta stop that. So we're in a spot now that has been my kind of go-to spot during the week because it's easy to get into. It's close to the house, and walk through a bunch of thick stuff and pines. And what I found is the open woods here is where they roost. So it's a really good afternoon spot to try to intercept them. I've shot 3 turkeys out of this general vicinity out of the past 4 years. So I do my other spots during the weekend and on weekdays after work. This is a nice, quick, easy one, and been pretty good so far. So, well, with not much time to spare in the evening hunt here, just had a couple jakes come behind me, and got about 40 yards away, and smoked one. Yes! Fresh turkey jerky coming up. Yeah, Cody and I got skunked last night. Didn't see or hear anything, and so yeah, I was glad to get one on public land and not picky. I don't do anything with the tails or the fans anymore. I used to, but I just look forward to taking a bird and, like I said, making some turkey jerky and just enjoying the woods. It's been a pretty fun year so far. And there he is. Yeah, he got smoked pretty good. It might actually be a little bit better than a jake. I don't think jakes usually have that long a beard. What we got for spurs? Yeah, probably is a jake. Not much for spurs there. Just little binky ones. Not done too early either because got some thunder coming in, but here's the fan. So yeah, a little bit of a jake there. He's gonna eat good. Pretty thankful for that. Let's see if we can get Cody out and maybe see if we can get him his first Michigan bird in a lot of years. So beautiful birds. Hauling her out. Not a lot of time to spare. Starting to thunder. It's dark over that direction. So yeah, we're about to get rained on, but I'm right down the hill. Short walk out. And we'll get this sucker in the truck and processed. Time to make some jerky. Alright, so now that the turkey, I got home with the turkey, cut the breast out that night.
and put them in the freezer, let them get cold. They've been sitting in the freezer a couple days. I'm going to slice them up and I'm going to get them marinating and marinate those for a day or two, and then we'll throw them in the smoker. So I'll just kind of show you how I do my turkey jerky. So I got the breast laid out, and basically what I try to do is cut them into about 1/4 inch thick slices. You can see I kind of got started here, so just kind of squaring it up and cutting through, getting those strips, and I will do that to both of the turkey breasts. One thing I always do is cut with the grain. You can see the stripes right here. So I always make sure I cut the slices along with the grain instead of across. I think it just makes for a better, when you're snacking on it, it's nice long strands instead of short ones. So just a tip. So I just take all the strips there and put them in a gallon bag, and we'll start getting the marinade. It's one of the first times I did this. The marinade I actually did was pretty simple. We had a leftover bottle of B-Dub's Asian Zing wing sauce, and I threw that in there, and that was absolutely phenomenal. So since then I didn't have Asian Zing sauce, but I always try to mimic it. And so what I usually use is like a sweet chili, maybe throw some soy sauce, some teriyaki in there, some honey, probably some red pepper, maybe even a little bit of hot sauce. So you get the sweet, you get the heat, and it's freaking phenomenal. So let's see what ingredients I got. I'm not sure what we have in the house, but we're gonna make something good. Alright, this is gonna be the concoction. You got some soy sauce, we put a little bit of olive oil in there. We're gonna do some sesame oil just to give it that little oriental flair. We'll put in some hot sauce, some red pepper, and then some honey for our sweet. Not a lot of olive oil, just enough to give it a little coating. A little bit of sesame. This stuff is pretty hot. The guy that I work with made this. So just throw some shakes in there. Some honey. And then a little bit of red pepper. We'll basically roll it around, get it all mixed up, get that honey through, get the hot sauce through, everything. Obviously there's plenty of soy sauce in there. Then we'll get it mixed up and we'll just let it sit for a day. I'll probably agitate it a little bit more just as everything blends together and make sure everything's covered. And let that marinate for a day or two. So the turkey's been marinating for a couple of days, and we're gonna fire up the Pit Boss grill and get this jerky smoked. And use some hickory wood chips. So we get the strips all laid out on a couple of trays here, and we'll get that going in the smoker. Place a few of these hickory chips in there. put in the deflector plate. It's brand new because the other one broke. And we'll get them layered in there. Alright. Jerky is done. Maybe a little crispier than I would have liked. Surprised it wasn't even on for 2 hours. Thought it'd take longer than that, so I checked it at 2 hours and I'm like, oh, that's done. So wait for it to cool off and see how she tastes.